Hello everyone, and thanks for joining me. I'll be making a Valentine's Day card today. So I'm starting with this watercolor paper. This is from Gansai, and I'll be playing a bit with my Kuretake watercolors. And I'm just gonna grab two of these cakes here, as they can easily come out from the box. And these are number 37 and 35. I'm just gonna create a wash with these colors, so a very easy background. So I'm just gonna wet my paper real down. I'm not gonna tape it onto my mat here because I will be passing this through my big shot after. So I'm just drawing, so to say, a shape here with water, and that's where will the color spread. And I do have a lot of water on top. It's like when you add first water, the first layer kind of soaks into the paper, and then the second layer of water kind of sits on top. So I'm just gonna grab a bit of this red here, and look how beautiful this spreads out. I wish it would remain like this once it dries, but it doesn't. I like it like this. I'm just gonna grab this paper towel and absorb a bit of this water, because otherwise it will take me like forever to dry this out with my heat tool. I will be doing some embossing, and I'm just checking if my paper here is dry. And I'm just pouring a bit of embossing powder on top, and if it sticks, I will kind of need to dry again. To dry some more actually. And it doesn't stick, so that's good. I will apply though some anti-static powder. You can do this with regular baby powder. The stamp set that I'm using is this from Kaisercraft. This is such a fun stamp set, or at least for me it is. It is called Hello Sunshine, and I will be stamping some of these hearts and do some white embossing. So I'm gonna ink up with my Versamark. I'm just gonna do 2 or 3 of these, and I'm gonna pour some powder so I can see where I've stamped, and then I'm just gonna continue stamping. And here I had some water. You can see how that powder sticks there. And I'm gonna take a dry brush and just wipe that away. I'm gonna have my sentiment in this area here, so I'm just gonna avoid stamping there. This is such a darling stamp with all these hearts, and you can actually use these for the trumpet. How do you call this? Of this elephant, and have them like kind of coming out from there. And I can stamp my sentiment also. And I'm using this paper hug from Simon Says. I will go with the Happy Valentine's Day. And we'll be embossing this also in white. The powder that I used is the Superfine White from Ranger. And it's an awesome fine powder that is great for small images and also for tiny sentiments. And now I saw that those two are touching each other. I didn't notice that earlier. I'm gonna put this aside, and I have here another piece of watercolor cardstock, and I'm not gonna make any coloring. I'm just using this because it matches with the white, the same white from the panel I've just made. And I'm gonna stamp the cute elephant with just some regular black ink, and I'm not gonna color it, as I said, because I have plenty of color on my panel, and this black and white stamped image will look pretty nice on top of that colorful background. So I will be trimming this out with my scissors. And here is my little guy. I also gave him a very light pink cheek. Now my trimming is really bad. You can see some of that white paper there, but as you probably already know, you can go over the edges with a black marker, so you kind of hide that white outline. Or if you stamp your image with another color, you can use another color for doing this, a color that matches the ink that you used for stamping. And this paper is very absorbent. It kind of takes pretty much of this ink from the marker, so you just have to be careful and not let the marker sit in the same spot for too long, otherwise it will bleed into my image here. I have here some glitter paper, and this is a gold one from Die Cuts with a View. This is from the pastels paper pack, and there are some gorgeous colors here. I'm just gonna flip through so you can see. This is my favorite one, and that's a nice blue and purple, pink, gold, and probably some other more that I don't have any left. Next I have these heart dies here, and I'm gonna pick the largest one. I don't have too many heart dies, and this is from Sizzix. It has an interesting shape. As you can see, it's an irregular heart, and I will be cutting this heart from this glitter paper. So as I said, I will be trimming this down, and I'm gonna be using a rectangle die from Tonic Studios, and this is a set of 14 dies. Some have straight edge and some have scalloped borders. I'm gonna pick this scalloped one and run it through my Big Shot. And here is my panel. I just love this scalloped edge. It is very tiny and very subtle. I'm gonna be die cutting a small tag. I have this tiny tag here that I received with an order from an Italian brand, and here it is. It is very tiny, and I'm gonna be stamping a heart on top. Is in this Simon Says stamp set, there are 3 very cute heart stamps here. I'm gonna go with the hugged one. I'll be stamping it in Hot Lips. This is a very intense pink. It's not gonna fit perfectly, maybe. Oh, it did. Okay, that's good. And I want to create a strip of some striped lines. So I will be using this Winter Wishes, I believe it's called. No, hand lettered Winter Wishes. This is another great stamp set from Simon. I'm gonna be stamping this in black because I like the classic color combo for Valentine's, like pink, reds, and black. So I'm gonna be cutting a tiny strip out of this, and I was thinking to kind of tie this little tag around this strip of paper. I have here some gold thread, and this will go with my gold heart there that I die cut previously. I'm gonna tie this into a bow. Now that I have all my elements ready, I can assemble my card. So I'm gonna glue down first my strip of paper, And I'll be using some liquid glue. I will add a bit of dimension. I have this 3M Scotch tape. And I will use some liquid glue for the top side of my elephant here, and for the feet that touch the card base I will use the same foam so that they can stay on the same level, the heart and the elephant. I want to add some splatters, and I should have done this before adhering everything down. And now I have to be really careful not to drop the splatters onto my images here. And I will be using the same colors that I've used before for coloring. My Misty, as I have here a piece of vellum, and I'm gonna be stamping a polka dot background. I have this rubber stamp here. I'm just gonna place this on top, and I have the metallic gold reach superfine by Wow. And here is my embossed piece. I did a bit of a mess. As you can see, there are some other dots there in the background because I first stamped on this side and my stamp just fell and made some double dots, so I just had to flip this and do my stamping once again. And this is the only piece of vellum that I had left, so I really wanted to keep it. So yeah, I think I'm gonna mat my, it won't show too much. I will have it at the back of this panel here. And I have my card base. This is the cream of white cardstock by Simon Says. Just gonna have them a bit like this. I'm gonna adhere my two pieces with some adhesive tape, and then I think I'm gonna be sorry, mounting all with some craft foam for a bit of dimension. I'm gonna be adding a bit of glitter onto this small heart here, and of course some clear sequins and drops. These are some transparent clear drops from Pretty Pink Posh. Okay, and I'm gonna be adhering these down with the medium matte, multimedia matte from Ranger. And this dries clear and will show nothing on the back of these drops. Okay, so at this point I can call my card done. I hope I gave you some inspiration. I thank you all for watching, and we'll be seeing you soon. Bye bye.